I felt like the spare tire at my own birthday party while everyone cheered for Ryder. My name's Evelyn Pierce. I'm 21 now, but this is about my 19th, that massive block party in our Nashville cul-de-sac. I thought it was my gift, my night. Turns out it was Ryder's victory lap the second he stepped off the plane with that minor league contract. Mom pulled up the signing clip on her phone right at dinner, replayed it 3 times, volume max. Dad nodded like it was the World Series. And me? I just stared at the banner already half-printed in the garage, Ryder's Big League Bash. If you've ever been erased from your own spotlight, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't believe how far the fallout went. 2 months before the party, Mom cornered me in the kitchen after school. She wiped her hands on a dish towel, eyes bright. "Honey, your 19th is coming up. What do you want to do?" I didn't hesitate. A block party sounded perfect, low-key, just our cul-de-sac closed off. I pictured a food truck slinging BBQ string lights crisscrossing the driveways, my playlist blasting country hits from a Bluetooth speaker. Nothing fancy, just friends, ribs, and maybe a cooler of sodas. Mom nodded fast like she could already see it. "I love that, sweetie. Keep it simple, right?" I took charge the next day. Called the local BBQ truck, locked in a Saturday slot for $50 deposit. Texted my high school crew, a couple girls from cheer, some from the yearbook staff. Made a shared playlist, added tracks Ryder hated on purpose. Lots of Taylor Zero Bro country. Mom helped hang the first string of lights across the garage, humming while she worked. Dad grunted approval from his recliner, said it'd be good for neighborhood vibes. Then Ryder came home. He rolled in late Thursday, duffel bag slung over one shoulder cap backward. Minor league contract still fresh in his pocket from the Tennessee Smokies tryout. He dropped onto the couch, kicked his shoes off, and fired up his phone. The living room filled with the crack of bats. Crowd roar from his signing highlight. Mom rushed in, phone in hand. "Look at this throw, 95 miles an hour." She replayed the clip, volume cranked, leaning over his shoulder. Ryder grinned, arm draped along the back of the sofa like he owned the place. "Told you I'd make it, Mom." She beamed, ruffled his hair. "My boy's going pro." I stood in the doorway, string lights coiled in my arms. The playlist on my phone suddenly felt childish. Mom didn't notice me anymore, eyes glued to the screen. Dad wandered in, slapped Ryder on the back. "That's my picture." Ryder scrolled through congratulatory texts, laughing at one from his old coach. Mom grabbed leftovers from the fridge, heated a plate just for him, brisket his favorite even though dinner was hours away. I set the lights on the coffee table untouched. The next morning, Mom texted the BBQ truck guy changed the head count from 30 to 50. Ryder's teammates might swing by, she said, not looking up from her laptop. I opened my mouth, closed it. My invite list sat, ignored, on the counter. Ryder stayed glued to the couch all weekend, phone propped, replaying that same clip. Every time the door opened, another neighbor poked their head in. "Heard your boy signed," handshakes, backslaps, Mom glowing like she'd thrown the pitch herself. I added one more song to the playlist, then deleted it. The string lights stayed coiled. Mom started pinning new ideas to a board in the office, projector screen, team banners, a trophy-shaped cake. She didn't ask if I liked them. Ryder walked past, tossed his empty soda can toward the trash, missed. Didn't pick it up. I watched the deposit confirmation for the food truck ping my phone, still in my name, still my card. But the event name now read, Pierce Family Bash. No mention of whose birthday. Ryder stretched, cracked his knuckles. This party's gonna be lit. Mom laughed, agreed. I stood there, arms full of lights that suddenly felt too bright for what was coming. The guest list on my phone grew without my input. Ryder's old teammates, his agent's assistant, even the Smokies' social media guy. My friends' names sat at the bottom, unread. I closed the app, set my phone face down. The house smelled like brisket reheated for the 3rd time that day. Ryder's laugh echoed from the living room. Mom's voice layered over it, planning, always planning. I slipped out to the garage, unrolled the string lights alone. Plug them in. They flickered once, then held steady, warm yellow, waiting for a night that was slipping out of my hands. 1 week out, Mom called a family meeting in the dining room. She stood at the head of the table, laptop open, fingers tapping. Dad leaned back in his chair, arms crossed. Ryder lounged beside him, scrolling his phone. I sat opposite, notebook in hand, with my final checklist. "Listen up," Mom said, clapping once. "Ryder has an idea for the party." Ryder looked up, smirked. "Make it a big league block bash. Celebrate the contract proper." Mom Ellen nodded like it was already decided. "We'll merge the wins. Your birthday and his signing, sweetie. One big event." I blinked. Merge. This is my 19th. She waved it off, turned the laptop toward me. The screen showed a mock-up banner stretched across our garage door. Ryder's Big League Bash, in bold red letters, a cartoon baseball glove, exploding with confetti. "No mention of me. The printer can have it ready by Friday," she added. And the food truck guy agreed to switch the menu: smoked ribs, coleslaw, cornbread. Ryder's favorites. My checklist crumpled in my fist. I already paid the deposit for pulled pork and mac. Ellen didn't flinch. "They'll refund the difference." "It's fine." Dad Doug finally spoke. "Let your brother shine, kiddo. He earned this." Ryder pocketed his phone, leaned forward. "Come on, Ev. It's not every day your big bro goes pro." I pushed back from the table. "It's not every day I turn 19 either." Ellen sighed, closed the laptop. "Don't be dramatic. We're keeping costs down by combining." Combining. The word hit like a slap. I stood chair scraping the floor. This was supposed to be mine. Doug raised an eyebrow. "One night won't kill you." Ryder chuckled. "Share the spotlight for once." I stormed out, feet pounding the stairs to my room. Slammed the door hard enough to rattle the frame. Collapsed on the bed, stared at the ceiling. My phone buzzed. Mom had added me to a new group chat, Big League Bash planning. Downstairs, her voice carried through the vents. "Hey, Coach Harris. Yeah, Ryder's old teammates, can you pass the word?" I scrolled the chat. Names I didn't recognize popped up. Smokey's scouts, local sports reporters, Ryder's agent. My friend's thread sat silent, buried. Another call. Food truck. "Add 50 more ribs, Ryder's crew eats big." I muted the group, tossed the phone aside. The banner mock-up burned in my mind. His name, his glove, his night. Ellen kept talking, voice rising with excitement. Projector on the garage loop, his highlight reel all evening. I pressed pillows over my ears. The walls felt thinner than ever. Later, Doug knocked once, pushed the door open. "Dinner's ready. Come down when you're done pouting." I didn't answer. He left. From the hallway, Ellen on the phone again. "Trophy shop, need a cake shaped like a mitt, lettering, congrats, Ryder." I grabbed my notebook, ripped out the checklist page by page. Watched the pieces flutter into the trash. The group chat pinged nonstop. Someone posted a logo, baseball seams wrapping the words, "Pierce Pro Debut." I turned off notifications. Curled up, listened to the house shift gears without me. Ellen's laugh floated up, bright, planning, unstoppable. Ryder's voice joined, suggesting a mic for speeches. Doug agreed, said he'd borrow folding chairs from the Legion Hall. I closed my eyes. The party I'd built was gone, replaced before it even started. Party night, the cul-de-sac turned into Ryder's stage. Barriers blocked both ends, food truck parked center, smoke curling from the pits. A white sheet hung taut on the garage projector, humming to life. The clip started Ryder on the mound, wind-up release 95 on the gun. Crowd on screen erupted. Our neighbors mirrored it, clapping, whistling. Ryder worked the line, high-fiving everyone who reached out. "Thanks for coming out," he yelled over the music cap, low, grin wide. Someone handed him a marker. He signed a kid's glove on the spot. I hovered near the cooler, plastic cup in hand. A couple from down the street nodded at me. "You must be proud of your brother?" I forced a smile, moved on. The projector looped the clip again. Same throw, same roar. Ryder spotted it, pumped his fist. "That's the one." Dad hauled out a folding chair, set it on a makeshift platform of plywood. Ryder climbed up, grabbed a wireless mic someone produced from nowhere. Feedback squealed, then cleared. First off, he boomed huge thanks to Mom and Dad for making this happen. Applause rolled. Mom beamed beside the truck plate piled high. Dad stood tall, arms folded, nodding. Ryder continued. This contract. It's for the family. Couldn't do it without you. More cheers. He scanned the crowd, eyes landing on me for half a second before sliding away. The food truck bell dinged, ribs ready. Lines formed. I stayed put, watching. Someone wheeled out the cake on a cart, oversized catcher's mitt, red stitching, piped in icing, congrats Ryder scripted across the palm. Candles shaped like baseballs flickered on top. The crowd sang his name only. Ryder blew them out in one breath, arms raised like he'd struck out the side. I edged toward the shadows by the mailbox. A neighbor lady patted my arm. Your brother's something else? Another guy asked. You play too? I shook my head. He turned back to Ryder. Ryder hopped down, mic still in hand. Let's eat. Plates passed. Laughter spiked. I stood alone, cup empty. Mom appeared, balancing 2 plates. Honey, you haven't tried the ribs. I looked at the cake, the banner, the loop on the screen. I'm good. She frowned. Come on, at least eat. Ryder's voice cut through. Ev, grab a seat, speech part 2. I set the cup down. Walked past the barriers, down the sidewalk, away from the smoke and noise. Mom called after me. Suan chuan ma kon. I didn't stop. The music faded behind me, clip, still looping, cheers still rising. Next morning, I boxed Ryder's old cards and left a note. Sun barely up, I crept downstairs. Grabbed an empty shipping box from the garage, hauled it to Ryder's room. Pulled open his desk drawer, stacks of cards in plastic sleeves. I swept them in Rookie Phenom All-Star Select Limited Edition. Sealed the box with packing tape, labeled it Ryder in black marker. Tore a sheet from my notebook. Wrote, I'm good, don't call. Folded it neat. Set it on top. Carried the box to the foyer, left it by the door. Mom appeared in pajamas, hair messy. Evie, what are you doing? I adjusted my backpack. Cleaning up. She eyed the box, unfolded the note. This is ridiculous. You're overreacting. I stepped past her. Maybe. Door clicked behind me. A few weeks later, I loaded my hatchback for Vanderbilt. Dad pulled up in his pickup with the heavy items, desk chair, boxes of clothes. We drove separately, convoy style. At the dorm, he lifted without a word, muscles flexing under flannel. I directed bed here, shelf there. He stacked, wiped sweat, avoided eye contact. Last box in place, he paused. Settled. Yeah. He nodded, once climbed back into his truck. Drove off. I unpacked alone. Hung a curtain, plugged in a fan. Campus buzzed outside, freshmen laughing, parents hugging goodbye. Signed up for dining hall crew the next day. Alarm at 4:30. Unlocked service doors, fired up ovens, brewed industrial coffee. Scrambled eggs for hundreds, refilled juice dispensers. Clocked out at 10, pockets heavier by $40. Afternoons meant classes, evenings more shifts. Late night grill cleanup, mopping sticky floors. Paychecks direct deposited, but rent books fees ate them fast. Groceries, bulk ramen, generic peanut butter. Cooked in the hall, microwave, added hot water, waited 3 minutes. Ate at the desk, textbooks open. Bank balance dipped low. Skipped coffee runs, walked instead of busing. Coworkers noticed. You always here, Pierce. Need the hours. Manager added weekend brunch. I accepted. Ramen flavors, rotated chicken, beef, shrimp. Saved packets for variety. Laundry day quarters from tips, 1 load at a time. Mom texted property listings. Ignored. Dad emailed once, truck maintenance reminder. Deleted. Shifts blurred. Grease under nails, apron, permanent. But the account crept up, slow, steady. Dorm room filled with my things only. No shared trophies, no overlapping schedules. One night, closed the hall alone. Locked doors, counted tips. Walked back under sodium lights, ramen bowl in hand. Junior year, bench talk started climbing. I joined the sports media club first week back. Walked into the basement studio mics, dangling whiteboards scrawled with segment ideas. Cora Miles waved from the corner booth headphones around her neck. New blood grab a seat. We clicked over bad coffee. She pitched a podcast on overlooked athletes. I countered with stories of players ignored by their own families. Bench Talk was born that night. First guest a walk-on quarterback whose dad skipped every game for work trips. We booked the dorm lounge after hours, borrowed a Zoom recorder, 2 lav mics clipped to hoodies. Cora hit record. I asked the questions. He spilled pressure silence proving worth. Edited in my room till dawn, added intro music from free libraries. Uploaded to Anchor before class. Episode 1 dropped Friday. Downloads trickled. 10,5200. Listeners left voicemails. This is me. Next guest, a female pitcher cut from travel ball when her parents divorced. Mom took the brother's side. Recorded in the library cubicle, whispers sharp. Cora engineered levels on her laptop. Episodes stacked. We scheduled weekly themes, tight, sidelined siblings, forgotten recruits, parents who coached the wrong kid. I cold emailed prospects from roster pages. Most replied. Stories poured in. Cora handled graphics, simple mic logo, bench silhouette. I wrote scripts, timed segments under 20 minutes. Chart position crept Narumer 487 in sports, then Twarium 312. Apple featured us in New and Noteworthy. Downloads hit 5 figures. Sponsors emailed energy bars, grip tape. We stayed indie. One morning, notification pinged Nakhu 48 Apple Sports Podcasts. Cora screamed in the hall. We high-fived over cereal. Ryder slid into DMs that afternoon. Saw your little show. Think you're above the family now, screenshot. Saved to folder. No reply. More guests, a catcher whose dad bet against him, a sprinter ghosted after injury. Recorded in empty classrooms, parking lots, wherever signal held. Listeners sent fan art stickers. We printed a batch, stuck them on water bottles. Chart climbed, Hammer 32, Hammers 19, Hanarsan 12. Ryder again. Congrats on the hobby. Still not real baseball. Archived, ignored. Cora booked a pro softball player, next dad walked out mid-season. Interview ran long raw. Edited tight, drop midnight. Woke to number 7. Emails flooded, guest requests, collab offers, live event inquiries. I kept the folder of Ryder's messages. Added each one. Bench Talk became appointment listening. Athletes thanked us for the mic. 2 years after I left, Coach Harris booked First Horizon Park. The call came Tuesday afternoon, his gravel voice cutting through static. Evelyn live episode on the Diamond, your old stomping ground. Sell it out. I didn't hesitate. Guest locked Jenna Reyes, pro outfielder for the Atlanta Blaze. Her parents missed her MLB call-up for her brother's high school piano recital. We scheduled a dry run Zoom, agreed no script, just truth. Promotion flew. Tickets dropped online, $5 each, proceeds to athlete mental health. Social clips teased, what happens when the party isn't yours? Sold out in 48 hours. Night of parking lots jammed. Fans streamed in with printed tickets. Bench Talk stickers slapped on hoodies, caps, laptops. Cora directed tech crew mics on the mound LED boards, flashing logo, 2 cameras rolling. I arrived early, walked the warning track alone. Grass smelled fresh cut. Memories flickered, Ryder's practices. Dad barking drills. I shook it off. Gates opened 6 sharp. Stands filled fast. Families, college kids, minor league scouts. Cora tested levels. Check 1, 2. Green. Spotlight swept. I stepped center field, mic live. Welcome to Bench Talk live, First Horizon Park. Crowd roared, echoed off the concourse. Jenna joined stool, dragged the rubber. Headset on, smile steady. I eased in. Jenna, take us to the night you thought belonged to you. She exhaled. 21st birthday. Parents rented the country club patio. Ice sculpture, DJ, open bar. Banner over the entrance. Reyes family celebrates future star. Turned out the star was my brother, his music scholarship. My pro contract mentioned in the toast after the salad course. Low whistles, I followed. The cake, what did it say? Proud of our pianist. My name was on the invoice I paid. Ellen Row 5 program folded into a tube. I kept tempo. Paint the scene under those rented lights, like crashing someone else's wedding. Smiles for him, handshakes for him. I stood by the bar contract in my purse invisible. Jenna described the Slideshow Brothers recitals trophy's college acceptance. Her stats skipped entirely, parents beaming at every frame. I nodded slow. I've worn those shoes. My 19th block party cul-de-sac closed food truck booked deposit from my savings. 1 week out, flipped to my brother's minor league signing. Garage banner, Ryder's Big League Bash. My name erased before the ink dried. Row 5 locked. Ellen's knuckles white on the program. Doug uncrossed arms leaned forward. Ryder pulled his cap lower eyes on the dirt. Jenna added, "You learn to pitch in the shadows." Stadium silent 4,500, held breath. I pressed. To the kid whose milestone got hijacked, what now, Jenna, claim your inning. Speak it loud. I gripped the mic. Thanks for coming to hear the truth. Stands detonated. Standing ovation rolled like thunder. Boots hammered bleachers, whistles sliced airphones, finally up, but only for applause. Cora signaled rap. House lights rose. Fans rushed the rail autographs. Selfies, stories shouted over the barrier. Row 5 remained seated, frozen in the roar. After the event, the fallout came fast. Phone buzzed nonstop in the rideshare home. Mom's text first. "We didn't know it hurt you that much." I typed back. "You never asked." Sent. Ryder rang twice, went to voicemail. Third time I picked up. "You embarrassed the whole family tonight." I cut him off. "You did that years ago." Hung up, blocked the number. Next morning, sports blogs lit up. Clips from the live circulated Jenna's story, my line about the banner. Hashtags trended, cock, bench talk truth. Ryder's team issued a release by noon, contract terminated for conduct review. Local paper ran the headline, Smokey's cut, pitcher after family scandal. Dad's phone stopped ringing from the athletic department. Afternoon email coaching position eliminated effective immediately. Budget cuts, they claimed. Mom listed the house that week. Sign hammered in the yard for sale, motivated seller. Price slashed twice in a month. Showings scheduled around empty rooms. I watched from afar. No visits, no calls returned. Ryder posted a vague apology on socials, deleted within hours. Scouts ghosted. Dad cleared his office boxes of playbooks in the truck bed. Mom's open houses drew looky-loos, no offers. Sign gathered dust, then rust. 6 months in house, still on market. Ryder bounced between rookie camps, no bites. Dad took a warehouse job, early shifts. I archived their contacts, deleted threads. Bench talk grew sponsors, tour dates. Cora and I booked bigger venues. Family group chat died silent. Real family became the ones who handed the mic when I struck out.